Hey guys, for today's video, I'm going to talk about a couple of things, couple of very, very random things that I use almost every day that I genuinely think are worth the money for me. The best money I've ever spent. Everything that I'm going to talk about are things that I purchased with my own money, with the exception of one thing that was a gift to me from Roger. But just the best money I've ever spent, things that I 100% recommend, use it all the time, and wanted to share them with you. So if you're interested, just keep watching. So I think one of the most important things you can spend your money on are things that are gonna help you get a good night's rest. So recently I had a stiff neck. It was horrible, horrible pain. It felt like a pinched nerve or something. And I decided to get another pillow, not thinking anything of it, but it really did change a lot for me. I sleep so much better after purchasing this pillow. So I got this pillow from Amazon. It is a pillow that is meant to straighten out your spine so that your cervical portion of your spine is straight and it's not like up or down, you know, depending, you know, sometimes if your pillow's too flat, your neck can like be back, especially if you're a side sleeper, you know, you're like kind of like tilting your head down. If you sleep with too many pillows, your head can kind of be tilted up, so your neck suffers. So this pillow has an indentation in the middle. This is what my channel has become, pillow reviews, but I think it's the best money I've ever spent. Okay, so here we are. Whether I sleep on my side or on my back, my neck is going to be straight, and it just helps me fall into a much better sleep. If you don't have the money for a new mattress and you really are suffering, especially with neck pain, and you just wake up feeling horrible in the mornings, give this a try. I'm not sure if they have a guarantee. I think they do, but it really has helped me, and it genuinely is one of the best purchases I have made. Despite what I may show here on my channel, I've always been very into sneakers. I have a pretty extensive collection of sneakers, but I have never come across a pair of sneakers that are more comfortable than these. These are the Adidas Ultra Boost sneakers. I got them, I don't even know how long ago, honestly. I got them so many years ago. They're kind of tearing apart already, but they have withstood so much wear. I wear this almost every day when I work out. I don't really wear these when I'm going to do like heavy lifting because I like a more flat shoe, but these are just the most comfortable sneakers I've ever purchased. And if I could recommend a pair of sneakers to anyone, especially if you have very complicated feet, flat feet, especially if you only want one pair of gym sneakers, I would recommend these. This next thing I've talked about before, these are the Bristols 6 nippies, and ever since I got these, I have just been able to wear so many different silhouettes that I was never really able to wear before because I didn't really feel comfortable wearing them, and I didn't have like the right type of bra. So one of the most asked questions that I get on my channel is, what kind of underwear do I wear? To be honest, I wear this like 95% of the time. The other 5% I wear like a strapless bra, strapless nude bra with the majority of my clothes, or like a bralette or something. But the reason I like these so much more than every other kind of thing that is kind of within the same realm as this is because these look very seamless. So the edge of them is kind of like laser cut, a lot thinner than like the center of them, if that makes any sense. So the edge kind of sticks perfectly onto your boob and it looks seamless. There's no line of demarcation. I know that it's not something that'll work for everyone, but at least give it a try. You know, if it doesn't work for you, then just give it to someone else, your mom or something, I don't know, but they're just the best things ever. So this next thing is not something I can hold up and show you, but it is laser hair removal. So I should have put this at the beginning of the list, but I didn't want to scare you guys. I didn't want you to think that my entire video was going to be composed of things that were very expensive like laser hair removal. But hear me out really quick. No matter how many little creams I used, no matter how good I cared for my skin, no matter like how much money I was spending on the top of the line razors, I just needed something else. So I gave laser hair removal a try. and I have never looked back. And I recommend it to every single person that ever asks me anything about hair removal. It really truly is some of the best money I have ever spent in my life. If I could recommend something to you, it would be that instead of going to a laser hair removal place and purchasing a couple of sessions, try to go to a place that gives you a lifetime guarantee. Your body is just going to change, especially if you are a woman. You're going to go through a lot of hormonal changes and so many different stages of your life. So if you're somebody that has thin hair and you don't really need a lifetime guarantee, you don't need to keep going back, you can just pay for whatever sessions you need. Perfect. This is more for girls that have very thick hair. I definitely recommend that you invest a little more money, because I know that places that have a lifetime guarantee are definitely more expensive. So I go to Body Details and I've had a great experience with them. When I first started with them, they didn't have the options that they have now. You had to have good credit. You know, you had to either get a credit card or whatever it was. But now I recently started another area and they actually have their own in-house payment plans. And this is not sponsored. They have no idea like that I'm doing this video or anything. But I've just had a very good experience and I wanted to share with you guys, because when it comes to hair removal, I've tried pretty much everything. So next up, I have this little guy, and this has actually been part of the series that I have on my channel where I talk about 10 things that make my life easier, because this thing has just made my life great. I drink so much more water because of it. I talked about it extensively in those videos, so I'm not gonna get too into it, but definitely one of the best things I've ever purchased. I would repurchase this again. I'm actually planning on purchasing the ones that are for wine and just like their entire system, because I cannot get enough of this. I've tried a couple in the past and none of them have worked as good as this one. None of them have made me drink as much water as this one. And I think it's the fact that I can put a straw in it, especially if you like cold water and you don't like to keep refilling it with like ice. It just stays cold. Next up, I have this little thing. I use this for everything. I also use this when I want to do buns, and it's a good little trick if you want your bun to look a little thicker. And I know this seems very dumb and kind of like insignificant, but you have to think about things that you do on a daily basis. So something that I do almost every day is put my hair up. It's too hot in Miami. I go to the gym. I sleep with my hair up. I put my hair up to take a shower. I'm constantly putting my hair up. So all that constant putting my hair up, if I were using something that was damaging to my hair, even if I was being very gentle every single time that I was putting my hair up, it is still going to damage your hair. I also recommend silk pillowcases. I'll just throw that in this video. Silk or satin. Very good to help prevent wrinkles, and also very good to help prevent any like stress to your hair, any extra breakage or anything, you know, any friction to your hair. If you're sleeping on a regular pillowcase, you're causing friction, again, something that you can't really see, but it's something that accumulates over time. So next up, I have another thing that I've actually talked about extensively on my channel already, but I had to mention it again. And this thing I actually didn't purchase, but I would have purchased it if Roger wouldn't have bought it for me. It's my Roomba. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I know you guys are probably rolling your eyes right now, but if by any chance you're new to my channel and you haven't heard me talk about my Roomba, let me talk to you about my Roomba. It's amazing, okay? If you have any animals that shed, or if you're the animal that sheds in your house, get a Roomba. That's it. That's all I gotta say about that. Best money Roger has ever spent on me, hands down. This just helps me like between deep cleanings, because my house just gets completely covered in hair. Next up is my Apple Watch. And this is another thing that again was, I think it was part of those videos. I don't know. I've talked about this again a million times. Just something that is going to motivate you to work out. Something that can help you keep track of things. I push myself a little harder now because I can keep track of what I'm doing, you know. Obviously, you do not need to spend this much money on a fitness tracker. You can get yourself a Fitbit. Had one of those, and I like this one a little more because it's just a lot more seamless with the iPhone, because it is, you know, part of Apple. I mostly use this to work out. I know a lot of people use this as an actual watch, and it's also very handy and practical for a lot of different things. obviously, but I'm talking about like from a fitness point. Like I think that having something to track your progress is very, very helpful. Next up, I have the camera that I'm filming this on right now, and I don't think I've ever really sat down and talked extensively about my camera, and I'm not going to in this video, but I do want to touch base on it because it is one of the best purchases I've ever made to date, and it's just the Sony Alpha series in general. So I have the Sony A7 III. I get a lot of questions on what I use to film my videos. That is what I use. So I know this is a very expensive camera and it's definitely overkill for a lot of people. I do not think that you need this specific camera. And obviously, you know, photography and videography, my hobby, my job, I love it. I do not use this camera for pictures on my Instagram very often. I use my phone for that. I also get a lot of questions on that. Before this camera, this is the A7 III, I had the A7R, which is more for photography. I still have it. Absolutely love both. If you're anything like me and your heart and soul is a camera, I really recommend the Sony Alpha series. So that's everything for this video. Leave me a comment down below on what is the best thing you have ever spent your money on. I'm very curious to know what you guys own that you think is like really worth the money and you would repurchase again in a heartbeat. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload, and I will see you in my next video.